Miss Green, the science queen. Green, 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 green.
Hi Tuttle Turtles, this is Miss Green, your science lab teacher with week 2 distance learning lesson for grades 3, 4, and 5. This week's learning intention is on non-flowering plants and how they reproduce. Before break, we were talking about flowering plants and we went over all the reproductive parts of a flower and we really dissected all of the different names of the male and female parts of a flower. Now today we're not talking about flowering plants, we're going to talk about non-flowering plants, and I'm going to give you some examples. The first one is a fern, and ferns are found all around Florida, and we've got lots of them right here in Sarasota. This is a fern I found in my yard, and if you take a closer look, you can see those little tiny dots on the backs of the leaves. Those little dots are called spores. Now, when a fern grows spores and the spores mature or they get big and ready, then what happens is they fall off and float into the air. If they land in a spot with the right conditions, then they are able to reproduce and make an entire new plant. So this is one example of a non-flowering plant. It reproduces with spores, and this is called a fern. The next type of plant I'm going to show you is moss. Now moss we have growing everywhere, especially on oak trees in Florida, and this is a piece of an oak tree branch that it has attached itself to. It's a type of air plant. Now moss reproduces using these little seed pods up at top, and inside those little seed pods are these little fluffy things, and these guys fly out into the air. If they land in a spot also with the right conditions, then they are able to reproduce and grow a whole new ball of moss. Moss can look in all different ways, and I'm sure you can see some if you go on a nature walk. The third type of non-flowering plant I'm going to share with you today is called a lichen. And lichen is this green stuff growing right here on the oak tree branch. We have lichens growing all over on different plants. It doesn't harm the plant. They spread out. That's how they grow. They spread. They also produce spores, and if the conditions are right, they can easily grow. Now for your assignment this week, I would like you to go on a small, short nature walk with your family. And while you're out there, please look for some non-flowering plants. You may look for ferns, mosses, lichens, and you might also find some pine cones. I didn't find any today, but I bet you could find some if you look. When you're done with that, please go back in your house and create an illustration, a drawing of one of the non-flowering plants you found. So for my illustration, I drew the fern, and I drew the little spores I found on the fern. I wrote that it's a non-flowering plant and it reproduces using spores. If you have some extra time this week, don't forget to check out Mystery Doug at mysterydoug.com. We love those weekly videos. And don't forget about our Eagle Cams, our live Eagle Cam. Both the Southwest Florida Eagle Cam and the Decorah, Iowa Eagle Cam both have baby eaglets in the nest that are adorable, growing stronger and healthier every day. I can't wait to hear how much you enjoy your nature walk and what kind of plants you find. Feel free to email me and we can set up a Zoom meeting if you like. I hope you're doing well. Bye. Miss you.